right, welcome back into the show, and I'm super excited for this one. This is going to be a little bit of a different podcast. I was in Columbus this weekend, a little Sunday, Monday action. College basketball is back in the business, and as a lot of you know, I am a student manager at Oakland University. So this year, I'm actually traveling with the team for most of the games, or well, some of the games. I mean, whichever ones they ask me to travel to. And you know, like I kind of wanted to talk about it on the podcast, give you like some travel vlogs and things of that nature, and kind of take you inside what it's like being with a Division I team on the road. So we can kind of go through that. I'm going to kind of go through pretty much what goes into it. What the inside people do, how we prepare for everything, some practice, some stuff like that, just kind of take you inside what happened on the trip. So let's just get right into it. Let's start with Sunday. So Sunday morning, we had practice in the morning. Practice was 10 to 12, and a normal practice, pretty much, at least as for the manager's side. To this day, it was just me and Stavro that were there. Stavro actually went on the trip with me. So it was just two managers, and pretty much what the manager's responsibilities are during practice is water, setting up equipment, and pretty much being there to help out with almost anything. We have a towel over our shoulders and we have a ball. So if a ball goes out of bounds and it's out of reach, we throw out another ball and we go run and get the other ball. If a player falls on the ground and is sweaty and the floor is sweaty, we run out there, clean up the sweat, and go back to our spot. So we're pretty much there to help out with anything needed. That's kind of the main job for a manager. And that's kind of what we do during practice. This practice was very scout oriented, so we ran a lot of sets in defense to kind of prepare for what Ohio State was going to give us. Like there was some double ball screen action on the top of the key that they do, and things of that nature that Ohio State's like to do that we prepared for. So it was a lot of that, and just kind of going over everything and really making sure that guys were physically ready and like running and stuff like that. So overall, it was a really good practice, I thought. And afterwards, some guys stayed and got some shots up. So Stavro and I rebounded for a little bit, and then it was really about. I went and got lunch, and then we were all about packing up the bus and getting ready. The bus arrived at campus around 1:30, and we weren't leaving campus until like 3 o'clock. So pretty much at 1:30, me, our GA, Luke Laughran, our video coordinator, Jack Kramer, and then Stavro, the other manager, we kind of helped set up everything. We really were getting ready for everything and getting the bus ready. So we grabbed as much things as needed. Some of those stuff include like jerseys. There was actually one occasion where one of the teams forgot one of the jerseys, and they didn't have the jersey in order to play, and they actually received like a technical foul because the jerseys came late and they had to start the game late. So one of the managers and I joked about it last year that we got to be extra careful with that stuff, because that's just such a scary situation, because that's a manager's job and like the GA's job and all of that to make sure all the jerseys are in order. So we had to make sure the jerseys were in order, the warm-ups, shorts, all that stuff. And then we had to get extra Gatorade, extra water, and a lot of extra stuff like clipboards, markers, things like that. And we have like a water tray that we bring out cups on during the game. So we pretty much packed all that stuff up. And then we had a list of each player and each support staff member that was coming on the trip. So we had to check off each person that came on, make sure everybody was there, and then we left campus at 3 o'clock. So left campus, and then we got to Ohio State to Columbus around 6:45, and we went to dinner. We went to Raising Cane's, and for a lot of you, most of you know, but for some people that don't know, I'm actually allergic to a ton of foods, like a ton of foods. It's crazy. It's flat out crazy. I'm allergic to like 90% of all foods. It's unbelievable. Like gluten, dairy, the whole bit. It's tough to eat. It's tough to eat. But my mom helped me pack food and really was on me the whole time. So we I packed a lot of food for myself and was able to keep myself from starving. At Raising Cane's, I got the fries, elite fries, really good fries. They seasoned them pretty well, and no seasoning that can kill me. So we're chilling there. But from what I hear, unbelievable chicken tenders, unbelievable. It's a chicken tender place, and I told Colin Shannon, who's our director of basketball operations, I was like, yeah, I'm probably allergic to everything they have there. And he was sad because he was like, dude, it's good food. That stinks. That stinks. So I heard it was really good food. I would suggest it if you're going to Columbus or wherever. I know Raising Cane's like a franchise, so it's around places. So I would suggest it if you were to go there anytime. So afterwards, we went to the hotel and we stayed in. I'm reading the itinerary. We stayed at the Courtyard Marriott Columbus Airport Hotel. And we arrived there about 8:15, and right away, Stavro and I got all the stuff off of the bus, and Colin got all the rooms, so they passed out room keys, and Stavro and I roomed. So we went into the rooms and we kept all the stuff in our room. So throughout the night, we actually had snacks out, and the players, if they wanted snacks, would go into our room to have it. So there were a couple players that came in late to get some snacks. Shout out Trey Townsend and Colin Shannon actually came in late to get some snacks too, but I fell asleep super early. We were watching Bengals Bills, Stavro and I watched like the first half. Joe Burrow looks really good, by the way. There was a lot of crap given to him early this year. I talked about it a lot on the podcast, but he actually looks a lot better. And Josh Allen still has some pick troubles, but he's been playing really good too. Tough loss for the Bills though. And I actually fell asleep at halftime. I fell asleep at like 9:45. I was so tired. I was drained from the day. I was absolutely drained. And so that was kind of the night, and that kind of led into the morning. And in the morning, we had breakfast around 8:15. Or it was 8:45 breakfast, 8:45, and breakfast was good. There were actually some potatoes that I could eat, which was huge, and they had pancakes and stuff like that. I thought the hotel did a solid job with breakfast. Lunch, on the other hand, was not good. We ate lunch around 3:00, and I could only have salad, but there was some other stuff there too, and it was just a lot of people did not like the lunch. So, I mean, I thought it was good food good food overall. It was thumbs up to start, and then it kind of fell off a little bit, but it is what it is. It happens. The pregame meal with the hotel, like I'm sure the hotel just doesn't get that many teams to go in there and have to feed them every time. So I thought they did well with breakfast and struggled a little bit with lunch, but it is what it is. So after breakfast, we had shoot around. So we departed from the hotel and went to the Ohio State, what is it called? The Schottenstein Center. I think I'm saying that right. I don't know. But we went to Ohio State's arena, and dude, their arena's sweet. It is a cool arena. I was all in on their arena. It kind of seemed like NBA vibes. Jack Kramer and I were talking about it a lot. We liked the feel of the arena. There's a lot of seats in there, and it was just big. It was really big, and I thought it was cool. When we pulled up, there was like a parking garage where we'd parked the bus, and we kind of like parked inside the arena. I thought that was cool. but overall, like it was cool. It was a cool environment to be in, and walked in. We had shoot around, so pretty much it was just like very light, um, getting the guys going, getting everything rolling. So we did like some shooting on both sides. Had the bigs worked out with our assistant coach, Michael Covington, and then the guards worked out with Bobby Naubert, our other assistant, and it was really cool. We were getting going, and afterwards we kind of went over some sets, went over some things that were in the game plan, and I thought we were really getting prepared for the game, and everybody was locking in, so that was really cool. Um, After that, we kind of went right back to the hotel and chilled for a while. Getting ready for the game, and then we had that lunch at 3 o'clock. That wasn't great, but is what it is. And then 5:10, we departed for the game. We went to the game, and everybody was pumped. Right when we got to the game, Stavro and I made sure that we got all the bags out. Prepared for everything. We got our responsibilities really. Um, are like waters, sometimes we'll have iPads and be doing like Focus app, which is pretty much like a stats app that we'll use for extracurricular stats stuff. So we would do that too. And overall it was really cool. Like the guys were locked in, really locked in. So people got out after they changed and were ready to shoot. So Stavro and I were rebounding for them until around 6 o'clock when they went back in for Campy to talk to them. And Stavro and I changed, and then got ready to do more rebounding. So we went out, did more rebounding, and Campy talked to them one more time before the game. And then it was game time. It was game time. I was behind the bench doing waters. Stavro was on towels. Ohio State supplied us with some towels, so that was huge. And it was a really back and forth game. This was a crazy game to be at. I feel like a lot of people didn't really give us too much of a chance, which I'm kind of shocked by, just because of the fact that I think Oakland past has always done a great job of competing with Power 5 teams because of the zone. I think our zone is really lethal, and Power 5s just don't really see that much. And I think we did a great job of kind of getting Ohio State off their game and a little confused. And I just don't think they were ready for the zone. We came out, had a great first half, and we're up 1 point. We struggled with fouls. Fouls was a big thing that we struggled with to start. Chris Conway and Andre Polk, two of our bigs, got into some foul trouble, which was killer. But I thought overall we played a pretty good first half, and we were really on. Trey Townsend really stepped up in the scoring aspect. Jack Golke had a couple threes. Blake Landman was playing great defense and shooting some threes. I thought everybody was playing great. Tome played really good off the bench. DQ Cole played pretty well. Rocket did really good with pressure on defense. And, I thought we were playing great. I thought we were playing great in that first half. And then moving into the second half, Ohio State just kind of got going. There was a stretch where we turned the ball over a little bit, which kind of brought Ohio State back into the game. And then, shots just weren't falling near the end of the game. I thought overall it was a great effort for us, and it'll help us improve throughout the year. We lost by 6 points. It ended up being 79-73. But I think this was a great game, flat out great game. And I was really happy to be there. That was a really cool experience. Afterwards, we kind of got everything ready. We made sure the players gave all of us their jerseys, and we set them up in trash bags in order for them to be washed when we got back. So we set all that stuff up, got it all back on the bus, and then we went straight back. So we got in at 2:30 a.m. this morning, and we got back at like 1:45, and then was able to get everything back into the arena and where everything goes at Oakland. And then I drove home and got home at 2:30 a.m. So that was my 2 days, and part of the reason why we didn't have a Monday podcast. But overall, I just thought the experience was really cool. The guys are so cool. I love the experience so far, and I'll be keeping you guys updated as things go. That's kind of like the first travel vlog of the season, but overall, like I'm pumped for the year. I'm really pumped. I'll be doing these little travel vlogs, kind of giving you like a little peek inside. Don't want to dive too deep, but I am gonna give you little glimpses of here and there and stuff like that. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that part.